Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, beautiful people, and welcome back to another video. As this will be my very first video in 2023, and as this is a new year, I hope you guys are doing great, and I hope you guys achieve all of the dreams that you have for 2023, and also pray that you achieve all of the 2023 resolutions that you guys have made. And welcome back to another video. Today I am at a very how shall I say it, a very fast growing community, which is the Baoma community. And as for directions, just to be specific, if you are coming from the east, I think your point of stop is at Lumley, and then you will find another transport and head for the 7th Battalion Junction, and there are a lot of bikes that will take you up to this destination. Just tell them that you are heading or you are coming all the way to Baoma, and this is exactly where I am at. And to be specific, so I am presently at the dam, which I think the inhabitants of this community, they usually refer to it as the dam, and it is where they have their source of drinking water. And I think this particular dam is also used for other purposes, but I'll try and switch the camera around so you guys can see exactly where I am at. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, like, share to as many of your contacts as possible, and comment. So this is exactly where I am at. This is the Baoma community. This is the dam, and this is exactly where they get most of their water, I think, for cooking and other purposes. But this is where I'll start the video, and we'll continue the video as I am planning to do a walk, say from here all the way to the Metchem Junction, which is close to the 7th Battalion, which is one of the locations of our armed forces, one of their barracks. But this is where we'll start the video, and then we'll try and walk, and then I'll try to show you guys how changed or how rapidly this particular area has improved over the years. But as always, don't forget to subscribe, and we continue. So we continue the video, and I am presently at a community called Machistic, and this is exactly where I'm at. I think this is the drive. It's called Jallow Drive. It goes all the way there, and that was the way that I used to get to the dam that I just showed you guys. But we'll continue the video, and hopefully try and reach our destination of Metchem Junction. But as always, don't forget to subscribe, like, share to as many of your contacts as possible, and also comment. And yeah, we continue. As you guys can see, if I can zoom in, some of the houses that are at this particular area. And I'll also say, as if not all, but I think most of these houses that are at this particular area, I think they belong to some of you guys that are in the diaspora. And I just decided to do this video for you guys, so as just to show you guys, and let's say it sort of push you guys to do more, as most of these houses that you guys are seeing have recently been built. And This is another beautiful house. So we continue the video, and like I said, this area has developed, and the focus for this video is try and do a walk from here, say up till Metchem Junction, which I described to you guys earlier, and hopefully that is where I will end the video for today. But this is where exactly I am at, and we continue the video. So this is the drive off Jallow Drive. As you guys can see, I think that community over there is the Baoma community. I think this one over here is called the Majestic community. So this is the Drive. I think it goes all the way inside there, and as you guys can see, a lot of construction. I'll just pause and just try to zoom in and show you guys exactly how this area has really changed over the years. But I think the most downside to this particular area is the roads that have not yet been paved, or the roads that have not yet been made. But that will soon happen. But we'll see how it will happen over the years. As you guys can see, a lot of construction is going on. Like I said, this particular video today is just to say thank you to you guys, as most of these houses, I think it belongs to you guys that are in the diaspora, and I just want to say you guys are doing a great job, as there is no place like home, and no matter where you are, this is home. And to have the courage to have such buildings in your home, it is great. As like I said, most of these houses are built, or it belongs to you guys, and I think most of it is from the remittances that you guys send back home, which is a lot. I think as you guys work very hard wherever you guys are in the diaspora. But yeah, this video today is just to say thank you guys, and just to give you guys a glimpse of some of the houses or construction that is going on in this particular side. And yeah, we continue, and I hope you guys can hear me clearly, as I'll pause here again and try to zoom in on those other areas. I think those other areas are part of how can I say it, the Ogu farm community. I'll just try and zoom in so you guys can see exactly, but we'll find time to do a review of some of those communities that are in the distance. But for now, this is exactly where we are. And we continue the video, and as always, just like I did the video for that of Regent Road, and I hope some of you guys will see some of your houses in this particular video. And if not, bear with me, as this will be a very long walk. It is a very long walk. As you guys can see, this is another house. It is a very long walk, as we have a lot of distance to cover. But this is just where we are. This is another construction which I think it's about to be completed, but not yet. As you guys can see, just like I described, the downside to this particular area is the road. But I think if the road is made, or if the road is constructed, as you guys can see, because I think some of these drainages are constructed by some of the owners or are constructed by some of the owners of the houses around this particular community. But like I said, one of the downsides to this particular area is the road that is yet to be completed, and also I think there is a shortage of water around. But I think some of these houses that are in this particular area, I think the smart thing that they did is to have a borehole or well inside of their compound, so it will reduce the amount of cost that they usually spend on water. As you guys can see, most of these houses, they usually have these tanks that are inside the compounds, and these tanks I think are usually filled up, which I think it costs a lot of money for it to be filled regularly. But yeah, so I'll just stand here and just try and zoom in and show you guys exactly where we've passed. Like I said, that particular side is called Baoma and this side is called Majestic, but I'll zoom in and show you guys around. Yeah, so we continue the video, and so just to show you guys, that is the sign, Jallow Drive, Baoma, Goderich, Ward C, and this is exactly the route we are going to use. And as always, I'm apologizing for the tone of my voice, as we are still here trying to show you guys exactly how this particular area has really grown. And it is all thanks to you guys in the diaspora, as like I emphasized earlier, some, if not all of these houses, some, if not all of these houses are owned by you guys that are in the diaspora. So yeah, we are still here, and like I said, this is the route we are going to take, and we are going to do a walkthrough all the way to Metchem Junction. And I think some parts of this particular road, I think 2 or 3 months ago, it is under construction. I don't know to what extent, but we'll see. And if it is completed, if that particular road is completed, we'll do another video of it and just try to show you guys. Like I said, the only downside to this area is the road, because believe me, this is a residential area. As you guys can tell, it is super quiet. It is super quiet, and except for the bikes and cars that usually use this road to deliver the residents of this community to their various destinations. But yeah, we are still here recording, and this is another building at the main road, which is yet to be completed. Still here, and that is another nice building. We'll just pause and zoom in for you guys. So I think some of these houses that are in this particular area, you will really see the difference of the house designs, because I think you guys that are in the diaspora, you guys have traveled a lot and have seen a lot of designs. So some of you guys, the houses that you guys are building are very, very, very unique, and you don't want your designs to be compared to any other design in the community. But yeah, so I think this side is paved, I think, all the way down, but as I said, some parts of it have just been recently under construction. But when we get there, I'll try and show you guys exactly where it is, or where it starts, or where the construction starts. Maybe they'll come up to this end, but if not, yeah, if they do not, I don't think it will be for the whole community, as there are two sides to this community. Like I said, this other side where we started, as or just like other areas of the country, in this particular area there are two sides. That other side that I just showed you guys, which is called the Baoma community, which we are yet to do a review of. So today's video, I am taking this side just to show you guys how far development has taken place in this particular area. But we'll find time and do a review of that other side. And I think there is a very popular school on that Baoma end called the Metchem. I think it's a private school. This is Jallow Drive. It goes all the way there. It goes all the way there, but yeah, just like I told you guys, this is a really a residential area, because except for this road, which is the main road that the inhabitants of this community usually use to get to their various destinations, this is a super quiet community. Just to show you guys another construction, this one. And there's also one thing I want to say. Most of these houses that are in the shot, or that are in this video, some you will see the outside not completed or not painted, but that does not mean that it is not completed inside. I think most of the other areas that I showed you guys that is not paved, I think some of the houses around that particular area, some will decide to paint their houses, whilst others will decide to wait until the road is paved. But yeah, so this is another construction that is going on. So I think, as you guys can see, some parts are paved and others are not. But as the reason why there are potholes in this particular area, this is a super a highly growing area, as the potholes that you see, they are not caused by these bikes and the other cars. They are caused by some of the heavy duty vehicles that usually deliver sand and other building materials to various parts around this community. But that is exactly why some of these sites have potholes. And the difficulty of this particular thing is that during the dry season, as you guys can see, it is very dusty, whilst in the rainy season it is very muddy. But like I described earlier, there is where the construction has started of the road. I don't know how far or to what extent or to what extent it will be, but it has started here. I think it will ultimately end at the junction where I intend to end this video vlog for today. But yeah, we'll just try and do the walk and show you guys exactly how it is. But and as always, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment to as many of your contacts as possible. And as always, I am really appealing to you guys to try and subscribe before starting or pausing some of my videos, as I've looked at my analytics and the majority of you guys are not subscribing. So please subscribe, as like I usually say, it will only take a fraction of a second to do so. So yeah, so this is the side of the road that is recently, or that was recently being constructed. I don't know to what extent, but yeah, this is it. You guys can see, as what only remains is for the road to be paved, because I think the drainages have already been made. So yeah, like I said, the Baoma community over there in the background. Let me just zoom in for you guys. This area has developed a lot of changes has occurred, but two of the downsides, if I can say, is that of the road where we initially started the video, that is not paved or that is not yet constructed, and there is an issue there, or there is an issue with water supply. But apart from that, if these two issues are solved, this is a very nice neighborhood. Like you guys can tell, it is super quiet, super residential. And yeah, now the construction. So I hope you guys bear with me, as it will be a very long walk like I initially stated, and hopefully we'll be able to reach our destination for today's vlog. And thank you guys for the subscription, and I'm still appealing to you guys to subscribe, as most of you guys watch my videos, but you guys do not subscribe to the channel, and I am appealing to you guys to do so, as it is through your subscriptions that the channel will be able to grow. And just to have another side of the Baoma community, let me stand here and have a zoom in, just to show you guys the beautiful houses that are at the Baoma community. But like I said, another construction at the main roads. But like I said, we'll find time where we'll also do a review of the Baoma community. But for today, this is where, or this is our focus for today's video. And just like I told you guys, this will be a very nice gated community. As you guys can see from the main road, most of the houses that we've just passed, most of them are fenced off, and there are a large number of houses that are very tall houses. And just like other parts of, or other high in demand areas of the country. If you guys are observing through the vlog, most of the houses that are at this main road are very, very tall houses. So this fence that you guys are seeing, it was once a compound that houses the Metchem community. It was once a compound that houses the I think the company was called Metchem or Metchem. I think they were producers of granite. I think different sizes, and the granite that they were producing, I will just try and stop around here and show you guys exactly where it was being blasted or where it was being cut from. But I think during the early 2008, 2009, 2008, 2009 years, the blasting of this particular stone was ongoing. But I think after that, and when the area started to be, or when the area started to become populated, I think the company stopped using dynamite to blast the rocks. And I'll just stand here and just try and have a glimpse of the area where the dynamite was being blasted just to extract the granite from the hills. I hope you guys can see it very, very clearly. That sinkhole, if I can call it that, was where the granite was being extracted from. But I think since the area became populated and a lot of construction started going on, that stopped. And I think the company, I don't think it is still operational, but I think in other parts it is operational, as I'll just have a few glimpses, and some of that equipment are still there. If you guys can see, some of that equipment are still there. And I think this compound, which was once a very, very large compound that houses most of their equipment and other machines, I think it is now being under different or it is now being used for different purposes, as there is a garage. I think it's another house that is being built and all, and there's also a very, very nice building at the top of that hill. I hope you guys can see it. Yeah, so that was just what I had wanted to show you guys. And like I said, during those years, let's say around 2008, 2009, the Metchem company was still blasting the granite off that particular area that I showed you guys. But I think since I think 2009, 10, when the area became populated, because initially this whole road that you guys are seeing, initially all this area that you guys are seeing, it was very, very bushy. It was a very, very, very remote area, except for few houses. But I think in recent years, and if I can say exactly, I can say this particular area, the huge amount of expansion of construction that you guys are seeing, I think it has happened, let's say, in the span of either 18 or in the span of 20 years, if I can give an estimate. But I could be wrong, but yeah. So we are still here, as you guys can see. Some of these makeshift shops are being put up in anticipation of when the road will be completed. I think some of these shops will be enterprises that will be on both sides of the streets, just like other parts or other areas of the country. But still here, this is a school, still here, and walking But I hope we'll be able to see some of the road construction equipment, or maybe they are still at work in other sides of this road or in other areas of this road, but we are still here. That way there is a shortcut that leads to the 7th Battalion military barracks. This is a mosque which is yet to be completed, as you guys can see. Still here, and like I said, all these areas that you guys are seeing, it was once part of the Metchem company compound. Like I said, most of these makeshift shops that are here, they have been erected in anticipation of the completion of the construction of this particular road. So we're still here. Hopefully we'll be able to reach Metchem Junction, and I think my next video I'll try and do another video or vlogs of, say, from Metchem Junction, and we'll start the video there and then proceed all the way to Ogu Farm and other destinations. But this is exactly where we are. That is a private school. So I think this was once the gate of the Metchem company. So as you guys can see, it is the dry season, just like I described. This road is yet to be completed, but it is under construction, and I really don't know to what extent, but we are still here. This is also another school. As this area has developed a lot, as there are a lot of schools, and most of the schools around this area are private schools. Most of the schools around this area are private schools, and and this is another vacant lot that belongs to someone. Beautiful houses in those hills. This is also another beautiful building. This is the El Bethel Academy. Still here, still walking. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. And it is only through your subscription that the channel will continue to grow. And also, if you guys want to sponsor any of my videos, just let me know in the comments, and then I'll try and give you guys my email contact. So we'll chat through email and then try and see how that will be possible. And thanks again, or thanks in advance. So yeah, so that is also another beautiful house. Like I said, this area, this will be a very desirable area, as it is a very desirable area. But like I said, the major downside of, I think this is a clinic. This is a clinic. As you guys can see, the dust, like I described, during the dry season it is very dusty, and during the rainy season it is muddy. And now, because when these granites were not yet put on the road, it was very dusty. but the red dust. But now, since this one is a granite, I think the dust now that comes from the ground is a white one. This is also a very, very nice building. Like I said, most of these buildings at the main road, they usually decide on not painting their houses as it is very, very, very dusty during the dry season, which we are currently in. But yeah, still here, still recording, and we are almost coming to the end of the video, but I hope you guys are with me. Bear with me. And as always, like I said, if you guys want to sponsor any of my videos, just let me know in the comments, and then I'll try and leave my email and then try to see how best we'll be able to do it. And thank you in advance. I think this is also another beautiful building. As you guys can see, most of the houses at this main road, I'm sorry, there are also beautiful houses at this other side, but since this is the side that I'm walking on, it is very, very difficult for me to film them. And just like I emphasized earlier, this is a very, very, very large community. As you guys can see, the road, this particular road that leads all the way up where we initially started the video, it's a very, very, very busy one. This is also another beautiful building. And just like I described, the outside of some of these buildings not being painted does not mean that some of them are not completed inside. Some have been completed, but because of the location that they are at, which is at the main road, some of the owners will decide that they will not paint their building unless the road is paved. But yeah, we are still here, still recording, still walking, talking and vlogging. And this road, if you walk through, it also leads to the 7th Battalion Military Barracks. It also leads to the 7th Battalion Military Barracks. And I am apologizing, as maybe during the video there is a distortion in my voice, but wow, I think this is a very, very huge vacant lot that belongs to someone. As there's a signboard there. So yeah, just like I said, the construction of this road, I still don't know to what extent, whether it will be completed or not, but for now, this is exactly the conditions of this particular road and the surrounding communities. So yeah, so as always, don't forget to subscribe, and please try and subscribe so the community or the channel will grow more than the present situation that it is at. This is Jallow Drive. And this is also another lot that another house is there, but it's not completed yet, so you guys can see. But the front is being used as a sticks and board showroom for sales. This is a metal workshop. This is also another nice building, so you guys can see. Still here, still recording. And this is also another construction that is going on. Like I said, the majority of these houses, I think it belongs to you guys that are in the diaspora, but I could be wrong. So yeah, still here. So, as always, I hope you guys can see both sides of the street as clearly as possible. As clearly as possible. This is a pharmacy. Still here, recorded. This is also another nice building. I think this is one of the nice or high-end salons around the community, the Genesis. There's also another hair shop, Farm and Hair Gallery. So we are almost coming to the end of the video. Like I said, most of these bikes that are parked, they usually go to the directions that I was at Baoma and other areas that I had just passed or done a walkthrough of. But for now, this is where I'll stop the video for today and hopefully try and catch you guys at the next one. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, like, share to as many of your contacts as possible. And until I catch you guys at the next one, this is where I'll stop the video for today. So as always, I think the 7th Battalion military installation is just a few meters that way, and this road leads to Mambo, Ogu Farm and other destinations, and this other way also leads to Lumley. But this is where I'll stop the video for today. And as always, thank you guys for coming along with me. Peace.